Hello world, and welcome to my review of Survivor Series 2020. Let's get started now, shall we? First match tonight, men's elimination match, Raw clean sweep SmackDown. See, I already had a bad feeling about this match before the pay-per-view started, but I was like, maybe, just maybe, WWE has something big planned, because I don't know why they do SmackDown this dirty. I don't know why. It's supposed to be the A show now, and still feels like Vince loves to screw over SmackDown any chance he gets. And I was like, maybe they're gonna surprise us. I was hoping, but no. I mean, at least yes, but not a good surprise. Not a good at all. The night started, and I see Team Raw come out, and me and my brother were just both looking at each other, and we're both very concerned because I'm like, oh God, they're starting off the night with this? I mean, that either means that it's either going to be a really good match because, openers, or it's like going to be really insignificant and they're hoping we're just going to forget about it in the grander scheme of things by the time we get to the end of the night, or maybe even halfway through the night. I was wrong about both because we didn't forget about it. It's not something I can just sweep under the rug and for the grander scheme of things. Can't. That was horrible. I mean, Raw's team was admittedly very strong, but still, it's like, Seth was the one that pissed me off the most. He just got there and let Sheamus bro kick him, and that's it. He was their chance. He was their shot. I mean, yeah, he's gotten a lot weaker in the past year, but he's still the guy who beat Brock Lesnar twice. Clean as a whistle. Twice. Second time, so damn awesome and convincingly. And I thought this could be his chance to go back to being the old Seth Rollins. And he just freaking curb stomps everyone on Team Raw. He curb stomped no one. I hope someone curb stomps him on SmackDown, because he deserves that. I don't want him to just... Here's just how he's being written off. I hope this isn't how he's just being written off. I hope there's a segment on SmackDown that writes him off, where they punish him, because he deserves to be punished for what he did to SmackDown. How dare he call himself the savior and then do that shit? And then they still lost. It was like, what's the point? You're going to come back later and interfere? No, nothing. I hope he explains it. I hope there's an explanation. There's more to it than just that. I hope Roman Reigns fucking Superman punches the crap out of him. Or Lars Sullivan freak accidents him through the stage, because I don't know why the hell he did that. Jey Uso, I was worried when we got to last two. I was like, whoa, what if Otis and Jey Uso managed to, they pull a surprise, just the two of them, a two-man team, go for the tag titles together. It could be a new tag team, fused together. No, everyone had moments where like, maybe Baron Corbin will save us? No. I don't know why they did this. And I don't know. There has to be repercussions. There has to be Roman Reigns doing something. He's got to say something to them. Didn't like it. Up next, New Day versus Street Profits. For me, it was match of the night. Okay? That's just how I see it. I know some people might say Roman versus Drew was match of the night. No. New Day versus Street Profits. Now, was it like one of my favorite matches in a long time? No. It was good. It was pretty good. It was one of the best tag matches that Street Profits have had in a while. Probably the best since they won the titles. But other than that, it's still just, it was like, okay. Well, that was one part of the night that didn't totally suck. I really wanted Street Profits to pass it, to gain the torch from New Day. I wanted New Day to pass the torch. And that's what happened. It was good. There's no storyline differences. I mean, yeah. But I prefer to see Big E in Team SmackDown rather than fucking around with the New Day, even though they're on separate brands now. It's fine. Who gives a fuck about brand supremacy? Even though it's Survivor Series. So let's move on. Great match. I think it was match of the night. Lashley versus Sami Zayn. Oh my God. Well, he didn't squash him as bad as I thought he would. I was hoping that Sami would pull off a miracle somehow, and beat Lashley. I thought he would at least outsmart him in the Hurt Business. I thought that would make Sami look real good. I saw this article that pissed me off that said, this can't be good for either one of the guys. They'll both look really weak. This could hurt both of them. Like, no, this will only really hurt Sami. Lashley has a way out because, Sami's the master strategist. And Lashley has a bunch of challengers who he can maul through to regain his lost momentum from losing to Sami Zayn. Sami has less options. Sami's pretty much got nobody. All right. I see him losing the title soon. I don't want him to. I wanted Sami to have a long title reign, but this is not looking good. Couldn't announce smart Lashley or the Hurt Business. Why were they at ringside? Shouldn't the ref have done something like, no? Shouldn't Adam Pearce have said no interference at ringside? Like, why is that not a thing for these brand supremacy things? Like, if you really want true brand supremacy, make it even. At least allow Sami to have some backup, make it a lumberjack match, or just get rid of the Hurt Business. No. Maybe then Sami would have had a chance. He would have outsmarted Lashley for sure, but no. Lashley had backup. The wrong guy won. Yo, fuck the Hurt Business. Sami is like the second best part of WWE, in my opinion, today. We already know who I think the first best part is. It's the Fiend. I love him. Asuka versus Sasha Banks. I'm gonna be honest. I did not give a fuck about this match. I didn't. I like Asuka more than Sasha. But I guess it does make sense that Sasha came out with the win. I was like, okay, I guess Sasha does need it more than Asuka. Okay, I'll allow it. Even though Asuka's like my third favorite person in all of WWE. Well, she's definitely my favorite woman in all of WWE history. Not just today, just history. Anyways, I didn't care much about it leading into it. It was a fine match. Pretty, it wasn't a bad match. It was pretty decent. I just... I was hoping there'd be a little more to it. I thought there'd be some kind of interference. We'd see a new challenger arise from the shadows by attacking one of them. Nothing, really. Sasha looked like a boss, beating Asuka clean. And I guess that's fine. Sasha needs it more. And I'll try to get over it. I'll try to get over Asuka losing. But yeah, not much about that match. The women's elimination match. Well, I liked it better than last year's. I did. I thought it was more interesting than the last few years, but like, okay, so here's the thing. I don't hate Lana. I feel bad for Lana. And I can kind of relate to Lana, like in her promos and in her documentary, how she talks about how she feels like she belongs here, even though no one else thinks she does. And that's how I feel about wrestling. I feel like I belong in that world, even if no one else thinks I do, or even if I don't look the part, or if I'm too small. I just feel it in my gut. And that's why I'm like, God, she's still not a good wrestler. But fuck, I want her to win. It's working, WWE, it's working. And I hate you because it's working. But I still don't think she's ready for a title push, really. I haven't seen any impressive in-ring stuff. Character stuff is fine. Lana has always been a great character, all right? I'm tired of people saying she doesn't belong in WWE at all. Or in wrestling at all, because wrestling isn't just the fighting, it's the characters, it's your likability that works, or how much people you can get people invested in you. And Lana used to be very investable. Then over the years she just faded into the background, kind of. And if she wasn't in the background, she was in the forefront, being shoved down her throats, and she had massive go-away heat. I'm glad that some of the go-away heat is gone now that she's a kind of a baby face. But she's still, getting a lot of hate from people. And that makes me sad. I don't want to see someone who I relate to on a personal level be this sad. I want to see her succeed, but it's like, she's still not good yet. Like, not good in ring. She's not. I don't care. You can't convince me otherwise. I'm just being honest. I like her. But I don't want her to hold the title anytime soon. No. I don't even think I want to see her win the tag titles. Like, I don't... No, because also I really like Shane and Nia together. I want to keep those two together. I want to keep them on top. Maybe even till Mania. I don't know. Let's see what WWE comes up with. I mean, It just seems like there's no one else good enough to take the titles from Shayna and Nia. I feel like they're the best thing going for the tag titles right now. It's like, I'd like one of them to win the Raw Women's title, but it's just, tag titles need both of them more. So there's that. The rest of the Raw Women's team didn't matter that much. Peyton looked impressive eliminating Bayley. Unfortunately, Lacey Evans lasted a lot longer than her, which made zero sense. I'm like, who the fuck cares about Lacey? SmackDown's team, I thought this was going to be their year. And the SmackDown women finally beat the Raw women. But no. No. Bayley eliminated first, and then Bianca Belair tried to do the like Soul Survivor thing, and then Dodie was like, "Ha, got you." In case you forgot, Lana was there. I didn't. I knew she was there the whole time, and could have been a star-making moment for Bianca, who is ready for a world title or any title soon. But no, they gave it to Lana, and I feel conflicted because I want her to be happy, but I'm like, girl, you're not ready yet. You're not ready. Sorry. Let's move on. Roman versus Drew. Yeah. This is one of those matches where, like, it started off real slow, and I wasn't really into it at the beginning. I was just hoping for, like, a big angle. I was really hoping that The Miz would cash in, but he didn't. And I'm a little sad, but I get it. I get it. Undertaker's retirement was looming over it like a dark cloud the whole night. It's like you don't want to take his thunder, so they didn't really plan that many big moments for Survivor Series. Though, when you put it like that, I would argue you should put even bigger moments for a show that is hosting The Undertaker's retirement. You should host a very memorable show, not just his retirement, but not really book a really smart card. You should have really good booking. But anyways, it won me over as the match progressed, and that's what was nice. I like those matches that like win you over, like when you think it's over, it's not over, and then you're like, oh, okay, you have my attention, and we had both of our attention. We were both like, oh wow, could Drew actually win this? But we both knew that Roman needed to win. Like Drew would be fine. Drew had to lose, but still, they made us believe. They made us doubt what we thought was obvious, what we thought was like clear as day. They made us doubt, like, oh, maybe not. Maybe Roman doesn't need to win, but he did. That was the right call. Jay coming back. It didn't like shock me. But I also can't say I saw it coming. Like, I thought he really was just going to leave, and there's going to be an angle where, like, oh, he's banished now just because he lost. So that's why I thought the rest of SmackDown was going to get punished by Roman. They still can be, because he won. And they didn't. So he could still say something. Though by that logic, maybe he should say something to Sami, too. I don't know. Confront all the losers. I guess he could leave Sami alone, because the men's elimination was way more embarrassing. But God. So yeah, Roman won. Drew lost. Jay was fired by Roman, but then brought back into the family on the same night. Could have all been a hoax. Or it could have just been like, he was genuinely kicked out and he came back. I don't know. You don't know if they might at the same time. Like, doesn't matter. They're back together. And it's fine. We know the relationship. If Jay lets him down, he gets threats. And that's it. Roman's got him by the balls. That's pretty much their relationship now. And he's a really good heel. And Drew, well, Drew's fine. But that title would look way better on The Fiend. Or The Miz. Most of The Fiend. Yeah, The Fiend. The Miz can wait. He's still got time. But I wish they would have at least provided an explanation for why The Miz was not there, or why The Miz did not capitalize on that opportunity. I mean, yeah, he was in the Battle Royal, but come on, it's just a Battle Royal. Brush yourself off. He had the rest of the night to heal. Come on, man. But I digress. That was my review for Survivor Series.